Hi everybody. So this is a video on the Kia Niro Hybrid. It's the Model 3 with all the trims, 2017 model, right? So one of the first issues I had was I was assuming that it's gonna have Apple CarPlay, and what I discovered was that no matter where I stuck the USB, it wasn't. Read loads of blogs, and they mentioned that if you got Android Auto, it should come with Apple CarPlay. I rang up Kia as well. They said that it doesn't have it. Other information that I've read were contradictory. Some were saying in terms of the it's to do with the software, but went to various garages, the Kia garages, and all of them said that if it's not there, it's not there. So pretty much most people are useless. So I went online. Luckily, there was a few pages, so I came across one of them, which was really good. It was a Kia chat service. I went on there to speak to the service team. So I managed to go online. So when you initially go to the Kia chat service, it contacts you to various different garages. They were useless. So I went into this particular one, which is update.kia.com. I got chatting to a guy called Iman Maher, who was a godsend. Really, really good guy. I gave him the software that I had on my machine on my Kia, so I gave it to him, uh, and he explained that it needs. So I told him about the firmware and software. You take a picture of it, as I showed earlier in the video. I gave him this information, and then he was able to find out that if I basically updated the software, it should work pretty much straightforward. Um, so as you can see in this chart, I was basically having a chat with him, and he was basically giving me all the information. He goes, "Look, if you got Android Auto would mean that you would have this." So this is in terms of what he was trying to explain in this particular chat. So this gave me some sort of a hope. So initially, the first step was to download the software, which you can get from the same website, Kia, and it's completely free. So I did initially go to the last garage that I tried from Kia, and they were asking for over £100. So what you do is you just take the SD card out, which is already in the car. So you just take that one out. What me and my friend did was we made a backup of this, um, just in case it didn't work. So this is the original Kia Niro. It's a hybrid car that I have. So what I did was we stuck this into the laptop, as you'll see next. We made a copy of all the files. We kept a backup, and then obviously we went down the process of deleting it, and then in terms of copying the software, sorry, we did not copy the software. We just formatted it. So once we formatted it, obviously we had a backup, and then we downloaded the software on the Kia's website, which you'll see next, which is a navigation updater, which is completely free. So as you go through the options, it'll ask you in terms of which car you have, yeah, which car you have. So the one I have is obviously the Niro. So you select Niro. You put down which year your car's from. Sorry for the screen going blur. So mine's a 17 plate. So put the 17 plate in here. It'll tell you about the card, making sure you put the correct card. So all I did was use the card that was already in the car. So here you'll see it'll download the files directly onto the SD card. It gives you information about the card, but like I said, it needs to be FAT32. But it was a card from the car itself. So, so what I did was I stuck that in. So if I remember correctly, actually, we didn't delete it. Sorry, we were downloading the navigation updater, and then it formatted the data. It had to do it. It had to put it into a process that it was going to be ready for us. So I went down this process, then started to download the software, the latest software that was required for Kia. So initially, you'll see the difference in terms of the software as well. It is quite a lengthy process, as in download. Yeah, when it says 30 minutes, it took about, I think, 30 to 40 minutes of it downloading. So it took a while, but which is expected anyway. It's quite a large file, includes your maps, and up to date to the multimedia system on the car as well. So it does take a while. So I'm not gonna bore you through it. I'll fast forward this bit as much as I can. But yeah, you'll see it'll download, so you know it'll take time. Um, yeah, so it gives you loads of information as you're on there anyway. So it tells you in terms of what's going to be included and so forth in the latest edition. I think I got told another couple of months there was going to be another update as well, but I thought, you know what, if I can get Apple CarPlay, it'll save me a couple of £100 as well, get me an additional screen and whatever. So I thought that'll really help. Um, yeah, so I didn't record all of it. So I recorded aspects of it when I was downloading. So as you can see, so when it eventually downloads, it'll tell you it's done, give you some information regarding the update precautions and how to do it. But it's straightforward. It's literally all you do is just take the SD card out. So so what we did was, yeah, so once it's downloaded, it's complete. All you do is you pop out the card from your laptop, and then the next step is pretty much getting out there and going across. But yeah, it's all the instructions on there on the site itself, like a lot more better than I thought. I'm a first time Kia owner, so I was quite surprised how good the instructions were. It's telling you in terms of update what to do when you get into the car. So we got into the car and here we are giving it a go. So sticking the SD card in, you stick it in, and it starts to tell you that it's preparing the SD card for Kia. You obviously put the ignition on, make sure that it's in park as well, otherwise it won't do it. You just confirm here, it tells you about the rules and so forth. It starts to check your SD card, checks if it's compatible, but it will be because we downloaded the navigator system, we selected our car and our year. So I tried to click on try to click on the options to see, do I need to do anything. So we're like going into settings and stuff, um, and so system info. So this is the software. I think this. Sorry, I think this was the. Yeah, yeah. So we had to insert the card. Yes, we had to go to system update. Sorry, system info, system update, and this is where it started to update. So now it's so before obviously it was already, the card was already in there, which it updated already. So this is the new software. So then you got another wait as well, probably I'd say about 10 to 15 minute wait while it starts to update. You got to leave the car in park, just get a cuppa or whatever, you know, and just wait for it to basically update. I did the same thing again, just fast forwarded. Didn't really want to start recording the whole session of it recording, sorry, downloading. So this is where it's checking the information, making sure it's compatible with a car. Yeah, so it'll start to download. Yeah, so it starts transferring the data across. Reboots, it did a couple of reboots, as you'll see yourself. So pretty much almost like a laptop. So update was in progress. You got to just make sure you don't turn the car off. Make sure you're doing parked. Every time it'll do an update, I think it did 3 updates. It just rebooted, so there was certain elements of the software that were downloading. Yeah, so you have the information system, which was updated as well. So that was in terms of where I believe the Apple CarPlay came in place, because initially just had Android Auto. But just to explain, as long as you had Android Auto, I knew that I should have had Apple CarPlay, which there's not many of their staff who knew as much. So I was quite lucky someone told us this information. So yeah, you move on to the last bit. It adds additional things on there, like things like, I'll do probably another video, like other aspects of the system is puts in there as well. Stuff to do with eco, stuff to do with the media, various other things. I think you got to like pretty much do another video on this to show in terms of what additional features you get. So I was quite surprised. So things like just various things, and yeah, like I said, I think it's probably the best thing to do is probably do a video on it. Yeah, because otherwise there's some injustice to it. So but yeah, as I said, yeah, it takes about 15 minutes or so to download the software. So it has all kinds of information regarding audio functions, the sat nav and so forth. But if you got Apple CarPlay, uh, which helps, so it works via the USB lead. So it wasn't to do with having an official Apple lead, even though this lead was from work. It was a lead which was Apple verified, but not an official one. But it did the job. But as I'll explain in the video, I ended up getting a wireless Bluetooth Apple CarPlay. Cost me, I think, 20 quid. And that helped because you could just, get into your car, it'll connect automatically. Same again, I'll cover that at the end of towards the end of the video. So this is initially, yeah. So again, this is the last restart it does. Um, we were 50-50 if this wasn't going to work, to be honest. Otherwise, I was going to go onto AliExpress and get an additional screen to put on the dashboard to use, for Apple CarPlay. So yeah, it starts restoring data, so data that you might have saved before. So it could be your radio channels, to information on your map, your favorites and so forth. So yeah, while you're just gonna make sure while you're in park, eventually it'll say press confirm. So you press confirm. So information systems updated. So this is where the true test comes in. You go into the all menus, and it's got phone projection, which I didn't have before. So that phone projection was completely new. Go into the settings, go into general, and you'll see the software's updated. Look, 1504 2025. That software's up to date now. Um, so compared to what it was before. So the media settings, same again. They're on there. The version is yeah. So that's up there. So here, all I do is click on the phone projection. Please connect to that supports Android Auto and I said Apple Play there. So what I did was I stuck so clicked on that phone project. If you get what you do is just click on phone projection, which wasn't on there before. Even in the manual, it didn't say that as well. So it tells you like connect to Android Auto or phone projection. Apple CarPlay is connected finally, and there you go. It's like connected, which it wasn't there before. Like I said, so so it connects to your phone as long as that leads in there on the bottom of the car, as you can see. So yeah, it has all those features on there. So you like all that information's on there. So you got your phone connection on there. So all you do is go to home menu. Um, you'll see your Apple CarPlay is there. So on the left hand side. So sorry, no, actually this one's that one's one was initially the Kia one. So yeah, so as I said here, you just gotta make, and it keeps saying about Apple. It keeps saying the USB cable. Um, but it works. It works perfectly fine. It just says at the top it's connected. That's the main thing. It's connected, and it works fine. It just took a little while to get used to it. So yeah, you see the icon eventually pop up. After a few minutes, it pops up because it wasn't there initially. You see, so initially it wasn't there. So then it eventually pops up on your screen. As long as you put your lead in and stuff. Yeah, so you can make your phone calls from here. So it's a lot easier. It's touch screen. Um, Sorry, I shouldn't have been doing this, but this is when I was driving. But yeah, you got all your other options there. You got Teams there. You can, like, if I was taking the Teams call or work call or something, so straightforward. So at the time I was using, so in terms of podcasts, I listen quite a lot. Like, for example, Here Comes Our Yusuf. So all my podcasts were there. So on the move, I can listen to them. And I found that really, really good, really useful. So if you click on Kia there, which is not obviously on your phone, but it is on there, that takes you back to your car menu system. And as you can see, you got your podcast running in the background if you want to listen to it or not. So yeah, really good. I think it's a really good feature on the cars. And it's a massive plus. Uh, yeah. So all you do is click on Kia. That that takes you back. Then obviously you got your hybrid system. Obviously we could do that on another video. Uh, Click on the home menu, it takes you back. Uh, yeah, so you got your options of different. You got your options of different menu systems, sorry, different map systems as well. So it just takes a little while to get used to it. So yeah, the Apple CarPlay button, that's the main thing that's on there. So yeah, so this was a bit of a lifesaver because it just saved me in terms of getting an additional screen, faffing about with, all this. So it was straightforward. Um, so yeah, it had you got the displays, you got all kinds of settings on there as well that you can mess about with. So it's got like screensaver and things that it didn't have before, it had on here. So yeah, so like you could do a whole bunch of things on your sounds of nature as well. So just like things playing in the background. So like like a screensaver. It's really weird. It's what the Tesla has. It has that kind of option on there, and then you got all this like sound options as well, which wasn't on there before. So especially the background music, is quite good. I thought it was quite good. But yeah, anyway, so moving on. I just bought this off Amazon. I thought it'd be quite good. So all it is a wireless Apple CarPlay. So as long as you've got Apple CarPlay already installed in your car, which this car has, so all you do with this is you just stick this into the USB section. So it came with some instructions, but it's pretty much plug and play, as you'd expect. So the reason I got this one is it kind of just blends into your car, so it doesn't stick out like some of the other USBs do. So it's got a manual to it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, yeah, so it's straightforward. Um, so it does exactly the same, as it would do normally. But the only thing is, as long as you got your phone with you, it just connects automatically. So it's straightforward. So this was from Amazon. Obviously, everything's made from China. So I didn't need that other USB-C lead. All I needed was this, and this. All you do is just stick it into that USB port. This one uh, was the one that I liked. It wasn't as popular as some of the other ones, but I thought this one was a lot more decent because just it fitted in. And it's tucked away, as you can see there. So as soon as you turn the car on, it's got multiple lights that come on in the background. I think it shows you where if you want a particular light to be on there, like if you want red or green or something. But all that happens is you got to just connect it to your Bluetooth. I think I did an additional video. Yeah, so you got to look for the Box BT on your phone, which I think I did a recording. Yeah, here we are. So yeah, it pops up here, as you can see at the bottom. Really straightforward. You just click on it, click on pair, and then that should pretty much just connect. So if I remember from the recording, yeah. So I just allowed it. It was fine. From using this for a few weeks, I have noticed that on a few occasions you'll get in the car, it won't recognize it. So all you do is you click on forget and then click on connect again. For those who are not as tech savvy, they might find it a bit of a pain, but I thought it was just straightforward. You kind of expect it to happen. So here now, as you can see, so it's already connected. I got in the car. I don't need to bother with that USB lead. I just use it for charging. And then yeah, it's a straightforward thing again. You just get on with it, really. So yeah, the video was just to prove that they don't know what they're doing all the time in terms of Kia, and and there is an update, and the update helps because it gave me Apple CarPlay. So yeah, it was really good. So yeah, you were just setting up the radio stations. But yeah, that please do leave some comments and stuff, and if anyone's got any questions, and like, subscribe, and share. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I hope that answers the question. So it is a thumbs up. You can update and you can get the Apple CarPlay on your car, um, just by updating the software. So don't believe what they tell you at Kia. Thank you.